Hello, I'm Becca Bailey.
Hello, I'm Sean Furman, and we work at ACDHH, the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Would you like to talk about our role at the commission?
Yes, the two of us are deaf specialists. We have several responsibilities, including information and referral, advocacy and empowerment, informing the community of their rights, developing resources in areas all over the state of Arizona, as well as providing outreach and education training all over the state of Arizona.
A few years ago, ACDHH hosted the vision conferences around the state of Arizona to talk with the deaf and hard of hearing community to get a feel for what the issues are. We got feedback from the community and then we analyzed that feedback. We realized that there is a need for the Consumer Education Series. We decided that for the year 2013, we would host the Consumer Education Series. Would you like to talk more about that?
We are planning on having workshops every 3 months. We're very excited. We recently hosted our first workshop in March. That workshop was on legal rights for deaf people. For this workshop, ACDHH partnered with the Arizona Center for Disability Law. They presented about legal rights for deaf people. What was the purpose of that?
The purpose of the workshop was to talk about the ADA, or Americans with Disabilities Act, and our rights under that act, how to advocate for ourselves to get the services that we need, for example, getting an interpreter for an appointment, or what to do if an interpreter doesn't show up to an appointment. We learned how ACDL, or the Arizona Center for Disability Law, is able to help us, and we also learned about the process for filing a complaint. Those are the things that we learned in that workshop.
Our next workshop will be on May 7th. The presenter will be the Arizona AG's office, or the Attorney General. They will be presenting on different challenges related to VRI, especially in healthcare settings. Healthcare settings can include hospitals, medical clinics, dental offices, and so forth.
We have identified various issues related to video remote interpreting. It works well for some deaf people, but it does not work well for others. We decided to invite the Attorney General to come and give a presentation on several topics. What to do when VRI is not effective, your rights as a patient, and what you can do if VRI is not effective, past settlements on VRI, and the complaint process and also the mediation process. There are several people who are not familiar with how that works.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. I encourage you all to come to that workshop. In the fall, ACDHH is inviting the National Consortium of Interpreter Education Centers, or the NCIEC, to come and give a presentation on Deaf Self-Advocacy Training, or DSAT. Since 2007, the law in Arizona has mandated that sign language interpreters must have a license. It is important that deaf consumers know their rights and responsibilities regarding access to effective communication. And we're really excited and looking forward to this workshop. I think it'll be very beneficial for all of the deaf consumers.
Yes, definitely. This workshop will be focusing on self-advocacy and knowing what to do when you need to self-advocate, self-confidence and self-determination, and knowing your legal rights related to interpreting and interpreting laws at the federal and state levels. We will also be talking about various situations that may come up with interpreters. For example, how to get an interpreter for an appointment or what to do if an interpreter is not available. We will also be providing some tips and resources that are available in the community related to self-advocacy and your legal rights. We're looking forward to this workshop.
Our last workshop of the year will be presented by the Arizona Attorney General's office. They will be talking about fraud. They will describe the top 10 most common scams that people succumb to.
You mean like someone emailing me and asking me for money?
Exactly, but not only email, those scams also happen other ways, such as via Facebook, Craigslist, and many other methods as well.
I have a friend whose identity was stolen, and it was a really bad situation for me. I hope the workshop will cover identity theft.
I'm sure it will, and not only that, it will cover several other topics as well. They will present about how deaf people can become familiar with the various frauds and scams that are common, how to identify those, and how to protect yourself so that you do not become one of the many victims. If you happen to become a victim of a scam, they will explain how you can report that fraud.
We really hope you're able to make it to the workshops that we are planning. The 4 workshops that I mentioned will all be hosted in Phoenix, but that doesn't mean that we can't come to your area and host the same workshops. Please contact us and we'd be happy to come to you.
Not only that, but if you have any ideas for additional workshops or trainings that you'd like to see, please let us know. We can help you work out those arrangements. We can also refer you to agencies or companies that may be able to provide those workshops in your area. If you would like ACDHH to host a workshop for you, you can contact us and reserve our meeting room for your workshop.
We're really excited about the 2013 Consumer Education Series. We hope you're able to make it. Please spread the word to your family and friends and other people you may know about these workshops.
If you have any other questions or need more information, please contact us at ACDHH.